Hey everybody, welcome to Loser Talk. My name is Anton Schufert. I'm your host, and this is predictions for week 3. So you know what time it is. Let's put on the gambling hat and research glasses, and let's get these picks started. Now, alright, first up we got the Redskins. They are 6.5-point underdogs to the Eagles. A touchdown seems like a lot for the Eagles to cover. I'm going to go with the Redskins here. Next up, we have the Saints that are 9.5-point favorites over the Vikings. The Vikings seem to be in a little bit of disarray ever since the Adrian Peterson situation. I'm going to go with the Saints. They're coming off a loss. They're probably going to play really well at home. Next up, we have the Colts, 6.5-point favorites over the Jaguars. I'm taking the Colts, and the line might have moved on this. You might see it at 7.5, but I happen to bet it at 6.5, so that's what I'm going to have to tell you with. But either way, go with the Colts at 6.5 or 7.5-point favorites, because the Jaguars are one of those teams that are not going to play well against the Colts. The Texans, they are 2.5-point favorites over the Giants. The Giants are home. I think the Texans are a better team. I'm going to pick the Texans in this particular game, even though they're coming off back. This is the second game of a back-to-back road swing. I'm still going with the Texans. I know I said back-to-back road games are tough, but I like the Texans over the Giants. What are you going to do? The Chargers, at the time when I bet this game, the Chargers were 2.5-point underdogs to the Bills. That line has also moved. But anyway, I got the Chargers at plus 2.5, so I'm sticking with them. Here's another line that's moved on you. The Cowboys at one point were plus 0.5 point in this game. Okay, now the Cowboys are 2.5-point favorites. I had to get the Cowboys once the line moved, but I'm still going with them at 2.5-point favorites. The Bengals, 7.5-point favorites over the Titans. I'm okay with that. The Titans, Jaguars, and Chiefs are teams. Those are going to be easy teams to work with, unless the spread is too big. The Ravens. This game started off with the Ravens being plus 0.5 versus the Browns. Now the Browns are a home underdog in the division. Okay, when I happened to take the bet, I took it when the Ravens were underdog, because I thought the line making the Browns were favored was a little bit weird, seeing as though they were coming off back-to-back games of being touchdown underdogs. But anyway, here's the deal. I'm going with the Ravens. I think you can take the Ravens either way. I think the Ravens are just going to be too much for the Browns to handle. Next up, the Patriots at home versus the Raiders, and they are 2-touchdown favorites. I hate double-digit spreads, but I think I hate the Raiders more. So I'm going to go with the Patriots. The Lions, another line that's moved on us. This line started off, when I got it, the lines were plus 1.5, okay? They were, the lines were dogs at home, and they were home underdogs in the division versus the Packers. Now the lines moved. The lines are 2.5-point favorites now. All right, again, the moving line. You got to be careful with these games. Next up, we got the Cardinals, plus 2.5 versus the 49ers. This is a home underdog in the division. Two good teams. I'm going with the Cardinals, okay? Seahawks. This line has also moved on us. The Seahawks were 4.5-point favorites versus the Broncos when I took this line. Now they are 5.5-point favorites. Either way, I'm going with the Seahawks at home. Next up, Dolphins, 4.5-point favorites over the Chiefs. I'm never picking the Chiefs on the road, so we're going with the Dolphins there. And then the Panthers are 3.5-point favorites over the Steelers. The Steelers did not look good versus the Ravens last week on Thursday night. I think the Panthers got a better defense and a better chance of covering this spread. I'm going to go with the Panthers as 3.5-point favorites. And last but not least, we have the Jets are 1.5-point favorites over the Bears. Now, the Jets are at home. I like that aspect of it, so I'm going with the Jets here. The Bears beat the 49ers, but the way they beat them doesn't give me a lot of confidence in the Bears. And I don't think the Jets are going to fall apart in the second half by turning over the ball like 5 times. So that's why I'm going with the Jets. All right, those are my picks. Thank you for watching Loser Talk. You know, catch me when we see how this week goes, because we had a lot of moving lines. It should be very interesting to see. I got an 18 parlay working. I'll post it so you can see what it is. All right. Thanks a lot for watching Loser Talk. My name is Anton Schufer.